But when I sang that at the Opry to a room full of mostly strangers, and I saw that they felt their story in my story, that is something that is just magical. I remember we went and the whole night was magical, but it ended with Vince Gill singing a song of his called Threaten Me with Heaven. And it was just him and his guitar. And it was silent in that room. You could hear a pin drop. And we were way up in the balcony. But I remember I was little. I was probably 12 or 13 years old. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, if I could ever just get on that stage. And now I've sung at the Grand Ole Opry 17 times, which is wild. Absolutely crazy. What a dream come true. But, growing up, I always loved music. And I always knew that this was what I wanted to do. But having moments like that where a song touches me and touches a whole room, it just showed me the power of music. And it's so much bigger than just us. These songs help us connect with folks in a way that words can't. The music speaks when we don't know the words to say, and I'm just really, really honored that I get to be a part of that. I think that we've all been given gifts, and we don't need to put them on a shelf, and so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use mine, and moments like that along the way have really encouraged me to always use it. So,
well, speaking of special moments at the Grand Ole Opry, you had an incredible one. I know you, like you said, you've performed there so many times. You performed a song called "The Building" at the Opry, and you received a standing ovation. Now, that is one of the most well-written songs in country music, in my opinion. Talk a little bit about that feeling of being on stage at the Opry and seeing everyone stand up for you.
Well, that night was incredible because that was the first time I ever got to sing my song, "The Building." And I believed in it so much. I knew it meant the world to me because it's about my story. It's about my life. And there's specific details in there that are just my story. But when I sang that at the Opry to a room full of mostly strangers, and I saw that they felt their story in my story, that is something that is just magical. I don't know how else to put it. It's a blessing is what it is. And being able to pour my heart out in that song that means so much, and then see the crowd get on their feet and know that it meant so much to them. I mean, I'll never forget that moment. And because of that moment, we were able to record that song. I mean, so many times in Nashville, you write these songs, you believe in them, you might take them out on the road and say other folks believe in them, but there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and you got to get everybody on board to get behind a song. And so I knew that song meant a lot, but my team being able to see it connect, they knew that it meant a lot too. And so we were able to go in and record it, and that meant the world as well.